Hey Dabbers, and welcome back to another DAP 2000 video and another ranking. Today, I'm going to be ranking all the DCEU films. I have never done this before. It's because I haven't seen all the DCEU films. And here's Junior.
And I haven't either.
Yeah, so let's just get this out of the way real quick. I've only seen 9 of the DCEU films, and there's 16 in total. So I haven't.
And I've only seen like 4 or 5.
So wait. So yeah, we haven't. We've seen half of them, right?
Probably.
A little more than halfway of all of them, but I've only seen 9 of the DCEU films. So just getting that out of the way real quick, I have not seen all the DCEU films, and that's kind of the problem with this. It's going to be the last time. It's going to be my first and last time ranking these films because the DCEU is getting rebooted after this, which everyone can agree. We've all wanted this. Like, we all wanted the DCEU to be rebooted because the franchise makes no sense at all. So, like, in a universe together, it makes no sense. Like, there's, like, stuff happening everywhere, and you never knew if it was going to tie in at all. And they knew it wasn't, so they hired James Gunn to reboot it all. So I haven't talked about some of these movies on my channel, so you guys are you're gonna know my takes on all of these movies. So let's get started. Coming in at number 9, my least favorite film of the DCEU goes to Wonder Woman 1984. So Junior has not seen this movie.
I have not.
I saw it 2 days ago for the first time. I didn't watch it when it first came out, and I didn't care to watch it at all because I heard all the bad buzz around this film, and then like for two days ago I'm watching it so I can have like a longer ranking, and yeah, this film is not good at all. It is 2 hours and 30 minutes of just, like, why does it have to be that long? I thought it was like an hour and 40 minutes. I was like, I can watch that quick. No, it's 2 hours and 30 minutes, and it feels so long. Like, the first hour of the movie, nothing happens. Wonder Woman shows up once in her costume, and then for like an hour, she's not Wonder Woman. Like, she doesn't get in the suit for another hour, and then it goes. And I also think the wishing idea, like when the Pedro Pascal's character wishes for stuff, I thought that was kind of stupid. It was just weird and stuff like that. And I just thought all the wishing stuff was weird. Even the guy, Wonder Woman's like love interest, was weird that he was in someone's different body as a person. It just puts a bad taste in your mouth, and it's just so weird. And then one of the villains, Cheetah, she doesn't even become Cheetah into the final act of the movie. So, like, I just thought that was so strange, and this movie is just so bad. I don't know what went wrong with this film. It's just not good. Alright, coming out at number 8, we have Justice League. Now, you gotta call it... Yeah, you gotta call it that.
Why?
Because if you're familiar, there are 2 versions of the Justice League. There's the 2017 Justice League, and there's Zack Snyder's Justice League. And you gotta call this one Justice League because it's the worst. You know? Everyone says it's worse. I haven't seen the Zack Snyder cut, so I can't say that this one is better than that one or worse. I can't say that because I haven't seen Zack Snyder's Justice League, but everyone calls it Justice League, so that's why I called it that. So, before we could dive into this, me and Junior made a remake podcast on this movie. It was kind of a good episode, right, Junior?
Yeah.
So, go check it out. It was a really good episode. Back to this. I don't know. This movie's kind of a mess. It's kind of short for a Justice League film. It, like, goes really quickly, and it's like nothing really happens in this film. And I don't know. Just something about this film feels a lot off. And if you heard like the behind the scenes of how they made this film and kicked Zack Snyder out. It's very weird and disgusting to hear, but like,
Why is it disgusting?
I don't know. But like, it's so weird how they made this film, and it's like really weird of how they came up with this film. And what we got was like an okay film. It's not even compared to any of the Avenger films, which they tried to make it to be, and it was definitely not that. All right, coming in at number 7 is Blue Beetle. Now, I've only talked about this in a quick thoughts on my channel, but I still like this film. I think from 7 to 1, actually 7 through like 5, they're good films, but I have like problems with them. So, like, this one's still good. I still like this movie. It's cool to see Blue Beetle, and I really like the suit in this film. It's a practical suit, so it's actually really cool to see and everything. And, like, the action's cool. The family in this movie is really cool, and it just gets a little bit of a different feel to this movie. There's also some problems with this movie. It does feel very familiar to other movies like Iron Man and Ant-Man. It's basically like the kid gets a super advanced suit. The villain has basically the exact same suit he has. And they fight each other at the end, and it's a secret. And the villain's a secret organization.
Well, I mean, if you really think about it, Iron Man 3 and Incredibles are basically the same.
No, you did not just say that, Junior.
They are the exact same.
Okay. But, yeah, Blue Beetle, I still very much enjoy this film. It's just, I don't know, something about it, like, I don't really care for myself to re-watch it again. Like, it was good the first time I saw it in theaters, but, like, I don't think I'll ever come back to this film to watch it again. So that's that's why it's kind of low. Alright, at number 6, I have Batman v Superman. The movie where it shows Batman for the first time, which I think is so weird because I feel like Batman should have had a film before this film. But I'll start off with the positives with this film. This film has really cool action. Zack Snyder does a lot of cool action sequences. So when you actually get Batman versus Superman, it is insane. It is cool. And then you get a lot of cameos in this movie. You get Wonder Woman, which is awesome. And you get, like, a bunch of characters and everything. And it's cool action, and some of the story makes sense. Lex Luthor is not great in this movie. Let's just get this out of the way real quick. Lex Luthor
actually had hair?
Yeah, Lex Luthor had hair. And this is the only movie you see Lex Luthor for the whole DC universe. Deathstroke's in Justice League at the end. But, yeah, it's just so weird. And, I think they tried to cram too much into this film. They tried to do the first Batman, like the show Batman first off. You get Superman, like a Man of Steel sequel. You get a little Lex Luthor. You get the setup of Justice League. And you get the Doomsday fight. And you do the death of Superman. And this is only the second movie in the DCEU.
Yeah,
That's...
Superman's already dead.
Yeah, that is insane. You kill off Superman in your second movie in the franchise.
It's not like how they killed off Iron Man, how it's sad.
I know, Iron Man took a while. You get to know him a while. No, second movie, Superman's dead.
Did anyone even cry when he died?
I doubt it. Because we all knew, it's just like, it's the second movie. He can't be dead. And, of course, he's not dead because he's in Justice League. But, yeah, it's just very jammed-packed with all these different ideas into one movie. So it's kind of hard to do this. So, like, majority of it I like, but, you know, it's very messy. All right, at number 5, I have The Flash.
What? That movie sucked so bad. It was like the worst. I hated The Flash.
Oh, why do you hate it so
Is
much?
that number what?
5.
What?
I like it a little better than Blue Beetle.
You're crazy.
Alright, so if you don't know, Flash is one of the most hated films of this year so far. No one went to go see this film. It was a big flop, but like I didn't really mind this film. I thought it was like okay. There's obviously some problems with this film. The CGI, awful. It looks
Flying babies.
yeah, all the CGI in this film looks awful. I will admit that it looks awful. Some like, but like I don't think it's that bad as people say it is. Like, of course, Ezra Miller is like a menace to society, but but like I don't know. I had fun with this film. I thought it was really funny. I like time traveling movies, so it's cool to see Barry go to a different universe and stuff. And of course, it's great to see Michael Keaton back as Batman. I mean, of course, we didn't grow up with Michael Keaton's Batman, but we did see those movies. But yeah, I still like this film. I think some of it works. I think majority of it works actually. But like, it's just kind of weird how it ends when like Flash meets George Clooney at the end, which is another Batman from Batman and Robin, which is another movie remaked on this on a remake podcast. But yeah, it's just kind of weird. And sometimes it gets weird. The CGI stuff is weird. The babies and microwaves is always weird. But bro, but that part,
This is messed up.
yeah. But like, honestly, it's just I enjoyed it. I had a fun time with it. So, yeah. Alright, coming out at number 4, I have Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. This is the newest DCEU movie and the last DCEU movie that will ever be made because... What? Okay. What? Junior, did you like Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom?
Yeah, I thought it was good.
Good. So I enjoyed this film. It is weird that they end this film with this film. Of course, it was not intentional at all. They were not... This was definitely not the intention to make this the last DCEU film of all the time. But it is, which is unfortunate. I feel like Flash should have been the last DCEU film, but Aquaman and Lost Kingdom is what we got. So, honestly, I actually really enjoyed this film. It's kind of like the first one. It's lighthearted, it's funny, and everything. But I feel like this one, the brother dynamic between Orb and Arthur is just really funny. Some really funny stuff. Like the action sequences is amazing. Black Manta as our main villain. Of course, he was in the first one as a side villain. But he's like front and center for this film, and I think that was well deserved. He's got his comic accurate suit, which is amazing. Some of the story, I mean, it's not the best movie ever. Some of the jokes actually don't land, but like, it's not the best movie. It's just a fun time at the theaters, and it was just a fun time watching this film and everything. So, honestly, I enjoyed it. Alright, coming out at number 3, I have Wonder Woman, the first Wonder Woman, and I just think this film is really good. I just don't know how they messed Aquaman 2 up, not Aquaman 2, Wonder Woman so bad. Like, how did they mess up Wonder Woman 2 so badly and made the first Wonder Woman really good? I really enjoy this film. I think it was, like, really good that they made Wonder Woman in the World War One situation. I think that was very clever, and it just puts a spin on something you weren't expecting. And honestly, it's just really good. Some of the fish out of water comedy was really cool because she hasn't been to Earth, and it's kind of funny at sometimes. Of course, the main male character, I forget his name, but really funny. His death is well worth it. Like, it's really satisfying and everything. And the final battle, I mean, it doesn't quite make sense in this story, but honestly, I can get by that. This film is still really good. Alright, number 2, I got Man of Steel. Now, I don't know what it is with a lot of stuff, but like, I see a lot of hate for this film for no reason. Like, I've seen like so much hate for this film, and everyone's like, it's not good, it's not good. honestly, I've only seen this film once, and I really enjoyed this. Of course, I haven't watched like the original Superman movie, so I don't know like how Superman's story is really, but like honestly, I think this was a good example of showing how Superman would fit in this real world, like a real world surrounding, and it would be like the biggest event ever. And it's actually really good. Zod is a great villain in this movie. The action is great. I just think this film is really good, and I don't know why everyone's starting to hate this film for no reason, because I honestly really like this film. Alright, at number 1, I have Aquaman. Now wait, before before everyone gets angry at me in the comments and it's just like, how is Aquaman your number 1 movie on this list? Honestly, I watched this for the first time, like when it first came out, and honestly, I just really enjoyed this film. Sure, it's like kind of campy and cheesy and everything like that, but honestly, I really enjoyed this film. And I think it's really funny. The action sequences are really cool. Orm is a great villain to start off with. I like how they introduced Black Manta to be a bigger threat, like in Aquaman 2. They made him a bigger threat, which is perfect foundation setup. And honestly, I just really like this film, honestly. It's just so cool. The action sequences are amazing. And yeah, I don't know what else to say. I mean, this film is just really good, and that's why it's at number 1. Now, I am glad this DCEU is getting rebooted, because nothing makes sense, because Man of Steel was the first movie in this thing, and it was supposed to be like he was the first superhero ever, and then make Wonder Woman, like Wonder Woman 1, and she's in World War 1, which is before Man of Steel. So like, this franchise made no sense from the start, but I am glad it's getting rebooted. James Gunn, I hope he can make a better DC universe than this one. So, what did you guys think of my ranking? Down below in the comment section. And what is your ranking? Maybe you could do all 16 of the DCEU films down below in the comment section. I'll check you guys on another Dab 2000 video and another ranking. Goodbye, Dabbers.
Yeah!